Good morning, algebra. Today is April 14th. It's Tuesday. Hopefully all of you got done with your lesson yesterday. Today we're again going to be working in our Springboard books. You can see our agenda, your success criteria, and your learning target. Please make sure you write down your success criteria or reference back here as the lesson goes on. Again, if you need to pause for any sort of reason or go back and rewatch, all of those things are awesome and highly encouraged. Okay, today our meme of the day is the incredible squares of 1. I just thought that was pretty cool. I do need more memes though, so go ahead and send them. All right, here we go. So first thing we need to remember is what the inverse of squaring is, which is square rooting. So we have x squared and the square root of that. So literally our answer is just x. Over here, this can be written as we want it to be x squared. We want it to have a square again. So this can be separated into square root of k squared times k squared. And when you take the square root of k squared, you get k. And when you take the square root of k squared, you get k. Well, k times k is k squared. So this is equal to that. Same thing down here. We can write this out in 2 different ways. So we could write this out the square root of h squared times h squared, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We could write it all out like that, which that would be square root of h squared. Each one of these is going to give us this, which all that together is equal to h to the 5th. I'm sure you all can think of some quick tricks to go along with these. All right, so this one has an odd exponent. So it's a little bit different than your other ones where you had positive exponents. Okay, ours is going to be not positive, I'm sorry, all those are even number exponents, where this one is odd. So this is the same as w squared times w squared times w squared times just w. So all of these square root of w squared just gives us w times w times w. But then you still have this square root of just w, which stays square root of just w. So this final answer is w times w times w is w to the 3rd times the square root of w. And that's our final answer for that one. All right, now that we've gone through a little bit of that, we are going to continue on. So this is your example in your Springboard book on page 300. That's the same page that we were working on yesterday, except this is example A, D. All right, so now we have 2 of the try these. Okay, so if you want to, we're gonna do these together, and then there'll be some for you to pause and watch, or pause, do on your own, and check your answers later. All right, so just like yesterday, I need to figure out 24 can be divided by what perfect square. So it can be divided by 4, and I get 6 out. All right, so I can rewrite this expression as 4 times 6, that gives me the 24, times, I'm going to make this a little bit better of a time sum, okay, times the square root of y squared. Well, we know that this can also be written as square root of 4 times the square root of 6 times the square root of y squared. Square root of 4 is 2 times the square root of 6, because that's irrational, times the square root of y squared is just y. So we can take these 2 that are not in a square root and multiply them on the outside here. So we have 2y square root of 6 which is your answer. Oh. All right, so let's continue on over here with our lesson. So I'm going to go ahead and, okay. So 45 can be divided by 9, which is our perfect square root, and that equals 5. So we can rewrite this as square root of 9 times 5 times the square root of b squared times b. Okay, so that'll give us our b to the third. All right, so this is square root of 9 times the square root of 5 times the square root of b squared times the square root of b. I know that the square root of 9 is 3 times the square root of 5 times the square root of b squared is just b times the square root of b. So again, I can take the ones that are not underneath the radical and put them together here. So I have 3 times b all times 5b. And again, that is our answer. I know this may be difficult at times. It's going to take lots of practice. If this takes you more than one day to get your IXL to where you need it to be, it's okay. I'm also here to help. All right, so I want to see you guys try these two on your own. So I want you to pause your screen, try these in your book, and then come back and check and see how I did these problems. Alrighty, so you can see here that I have finished these two practice problems, and you can pause this, look through, check your work, make sure you got it right, and you're ready to rock and roll before you get to those IXL lessons. All right, so last thing is to talk about our daily agenda. You watched this video and you took notes in your Springboard book, so now it's time to watch the additional videos. So here's your additional video that you can watch. You're watching that whole thing. When you're done watching that video and taking notes, take your notes, then you can start on this. Again, when you need me, you need to text, email, or message me on Schoology or meet with me on Google Meet face-to-face. I am available from 8 to 3 p.m. every day. Actively, if you need me after 3, shoot me a message and I'll jump on and I'll help you. Again, take your time on this. It took me a long time to get through all of it and really make sure that I'm explaining things very well. So I hope that this is helping. Again, please reach out to me. I want to help you. We'll get this done. I'm so proud of you guys. Keep up the good work. I love you guys.